A special moment with every graduation is the valedictory address. This year's class has chosen Connor Hines as the valedictorian. At this time, I would like to call upon Connor to address the NRHS class of 2014.
Hi, Mom. Right. Good evening, Northumberland staff, family, friends, and of course, Grads 14. I will begin with a simple joke to lighten the mood. Mitchell Kerrigan is not an international student. Wow, what a great audience. Thank you. I would like to start by saying how much of an honor it truly is to stand before you all tonight. On behalf of our entire grad class, I would like to thank the makers of Google, Wikipedia, and copy and paste. For without these blissful little inventions, many of us, including myself, would not be here today. We would also not be here without our parents. I'd personally like to take the time to thank my parents, Michelle and Steve, and my darling sister Emma, for giving me the support and love these past 18 years that have made me the person I am today and brought me to the point in my life in which I stand before you. I love you, Mom. As I look out upon my graduating peers, I see doctors, lawyers, teachers, and a minority but ever-shining abundance of Walmart greeters. As I began to think of what to write for today's speech, I started to reminisce on old times. No, not middle school. I'm talking elementary days. The days when hepatitis shots and Woody the Woodpecker were regular. I'm not sure. My apologies. I'm not sure if most of you know, but I attended West Consolidated from grades primary to 8. Do any of you fellow veterans remember in grade 5 when we started that pen buddy thing, where you'd write to some international kid that Mitchell probably grew up with? Yeah, well, for any of you who don't know, we all got assigned a pen buddy to write back and forth to. Even got their picture in a little personalized pamphlet. Last month, it occurred to me that Jose Martinez never returned my handwritten letter telling him all about my Timbit soccer days and elementary crushes. So without any further ado, I would like to extend a proper thank you to Mr. Martinez for his lengthy 7-year layoff on our pen buddy relationship, without any cause or explanation. It was rude and uncalled for, Jose, and you were never forgiven. Let's take a trip down memory lane then, shall we? Walking into grade 9, we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into, or that we would be going to school with guys who grow better beards than our dads. My apologies, Stephen. My apologies. I'm not saying I was scared. It was a different kind of fear. Like, I'm primarily fearful of two things. Michelle Hines after a phone call home, and spiders. Oh, spiders. But this kind of fear was something I half admired because I recognized it would be absent 4 years. So unless I heard the phrase, Connor, guess who I just got off the phone with? In those next few years, the butterflies in my stomach could settle at ease. It was a tough start, though, between trying to make new friends and fit in, while at the same time having to share the cafeteria with those cavemen grade 12s that looked as though they loved nothing more than to pray to their dark lord Satan for our demise. It was a rough go. Now whether it was 8th and 8th lady grade 12s, minus the satanic ritual, well, I hope. Then came grade 10, the double digits. You've solidified some good buddies. The grads are still intimidating, but you've been baptized over the summer and now walk confidently with Jesus on your side. This is the year when you've mustered up enough confidence to act a little looser, be a little more daring in class. This is the year the phone call's on. McDaniel, I don't know what phone plan you have that year, but please email me the details on how to get it through the black market. My mother also wishes me to apologize for my time spent in your class. Je suis désolé. Thank you, Google Translator. as we have some time together, I'll tell you a little tale of my time in French class. I've never been the best French speaker, so when it came down to it, there was a fair bit of cheating going on. Miss Cormier, plugs yours for this one. One time during a quiz in June, I began to get a little daring, moving my cheat sheet to a new location. I leaned back in the formal back stretch position and proceeded to slyly ask Kenneth Michael Cruz if I could borrow his pencil case for the quiz. It was one of those pencil cases with a zipper. I angled it perfectly in my direction and could see the answers wonderfully. I began my quiz. As I was carrying out about my quiz, I began rooting to see the answers better. Big mistake. I started to feel hot eyes on my tail. But as I looked up, the teacher was nowhere to be found. I looked, of course, for Madame Neal and saw that she was safely on the opposing side of the room. I went back to work. Not 5 seconds later, I was being confronted. I looked up to see and experience the worst side of my high school career thus far. Madame Neal staring me down, yelling at me in French in which my habit of cheating disabled me as to what exactly she was saying. I was lost, scared, alone. Then she said it. Let me see what's in that pencil case. I began to root around aimlessly, spewing phrases like, it's just a couple crayons. What do you mean? Je m'appelle innocent. I made a move for it. I crickled up the cheat sheet into the crevice of my finger, flung my arms back wildly like I was getting ready for a ghetto fight, saying, and I admit this shamefully, what? My arms now down by my side, I lifted one butt cheek, sat swiftly on the sheet, and proceeded to angelically place my hands on the table for her to see. She took Michael's pencil case and went back to her desk. I'm sorry, Michael. Sorry, sir. Alright, way over there. I was way off. Okay. Back to it. Okay then. My heart's still pounding. I finished the quiz. I'm sure she noticed something when she marked them that night, as questions 1 to 6 were spot on and 7 to 10 looked as though the croissant within me had suffered a murderous death. I was in a bad spot, sketching hard. But I had an idea. I looked over at my good friend Shelby McLennan and asked her for her water bottle, lifted my butt cheek, threw the paper in my mouth, chewed it up a bit, and washed it down. The evidence had been taken care of. After class, I had to talk to Madame Neal and humor her as she told me that she had found nothing in the pencil case, but she would be keeping an eye on me from now on. Little did she know the evidence was sitting comfortably in the pit of my stomach the whole time. Anywho, now into grade 11. We weren't grads yet, but we began testing the waters by chanting grads 14 while the grads 13 chant was going on for the spirit dance, which got us some glares from the grade 12s that brought back memories of the flesh-eating Lucifer disciples of 2 years back. It was a long year. We were on the cusp of greatness. We could smell it stronger than the stench of a 310 burnout by Shelby McLennan's legendary Buick. Shout out, Shell. Now that we're on top, I must say, it feels pretty good. The thing that strikes me most profound is the amount of times one reminisces on the wonderful memories made throughout school. As much as we all complain, the simplicity of high school is something we will all miss for sure. I've compiled a list of things I will miss, and will share them with you all today. Bill Nye. Mr. Ferdinand's student teacher, Miss Butler. Preach. Walking into Gear Campbell's classroom to find him watching cat videos with the Burger King crown on. Truly a sight to see. Miss Irvin saying, ah, crumb. Making Miss Irvin laugh. Hallway talks with Miss Irvin. Sharing my chicken tenders from Superstore with Miss Irvin in detention. And Miss Irvin. I think my good friend Liam Kerwin would agree on a numerous amount of these. Tough crowd, okay. Sorry about that. As much as I, and I think you all, might want this speech to carry on the way it has, it just can't. Because as much as this is a time to laugh and celebrate the times that have passed, it also motions towards the embarking of a new chapter of life for all of us. The purchasing of adult films and fireworks is of course a standout, but I'm looking at the big picture here. Some may be resistant to this change, but I say that it's ridiculous, and I will tell you why. My favorite philosopher, Alan Watts, once said, "Change, and everything is change, as nothing can be held on to. To the degree that you go with a stream, you see, you're still, you're going with it. But to the degree that you resist the stream, then you notice that the current is rushing past you and fighting with you. So swim with it, go with it, and you're there, you're at rest." And this is of course particularly true when it comes to those moments when life really begins to take us away, and the stream of change is going to swallow us completely. But we think, uh-oh, this is it, this is the end. But actually, the whole problem is that there really is no other problem with human beings other than to just go over the waterfall when it comes, just as you go on from day to day. So, in conclusion, it is to the degree that you resist the most pivotal changes in your life that slow you down and make you miss what may hold the greatest promise, all because you fear the unknown. I'm going to let you all in on a little secret. In life, all is unknown, and no one knows what's going on. And everyone will become food for worms in the next 60 years or close. So, not including some wrinkly faces I see in the back there. Jokes, of course. I make no apologies. Why resist when you could enjoy the mysterious abyss like a water park and be swallowed into the great unknown in the end with complete satisfaction on how you chose to live your life through and through? I believe the way to live one's life holds simply to the question on the deathbed at one's end. Did I live my life true to myself? If, at these moments of change and contemplation in life, we reflect on this ending question, the right choices will be made. And as you live this philosophy throughout the years, you will begin to realize that, with a broad mind, if your life be evaluated, you are in fact riding the troughs and dips of the river of life without resistance in the least. This is called living life true to yourself, my friends. So here's to the grad class that were so gutsy with their parking habits that administration had to take action because too many handicapped parking spaces were being taken up on a regular basis. Here's those phone calls home, the test gone wrong, the double freeze that turned into triples, the sick days that were really Netflix and Sweet Chili Heat days, the friends that we've met, and to the dark times when you realize the beautiful fact that you're your own best friend. Here's to you, grads, and to yourself, you made it. Thank you. Muchly appreciated, though. It is with much love that, on behalf of all graduates tonight, I bid a farewell to this passing chapter of our lives, but never to the friends that made everything possible along the way. So without any further ado, let's all plug our noses and take the plunge down the waterfall of change and hopeful happiness together. Splash. Thanks. Proceed.
That's not a hard act to follow at all. It's quite obvious why Connor was chosen to be the valedictorian for the class of 2014. Humor, wit, a sensibility, and an in-tuneness that he has with his peers is certainly a good explanation. And Connor, on behalf of us, we would like to present you with the Valedictory Award.